The movers and levels.
I mean, obviously, it's all about Greece here. It's unavoidable that euro dollar. We see JPY. You see that kind of risk pair there getting driven by what's happening in Greece, and we had that deal. Overnight. Obviously, we saw. We're going to see a reflection here of what we're seeing in the stock market. We saw overnight. We had a bit of misplaced optimism that somehow, from somewhere, today was going to be the day that Greece finally came up with the deal. But obviously that got rejected. And so any kind of sentiment in this market is almost entirely going to be driven by negotiations between Greece and its creditors. And
so just a volatility mess,
yeah,
really.
Exactly.
Any particular markets out of there that you're looking at? Is the pound? You're quite sort of keen on that?
Yeah, I mean,
160.
Yeah, I think longer term we're going to see a bit of bullishness there. But obviously, euro dollar is going to be the big play today. It's unavoidable that that's going to be driven entirely by what's happening in Brussels. If we start to see any kind of concessions from Greece, and at the moment Greece is behaving like they hold all the cards. Greece is pretending like they're the ones in credit and loaning out to the ECB and to the IMF. They still haven't quite got to this point where they're prepared to make concessions. And you see the rhetoric that's coming out of there. They're not prepared to make any real concessions. And so until we see a bit of a softening of that stance, it's incredible that we're still seeing this stance from them.
Playing hardball.
Yeah, and now doesn't quite feel like the right time to play hardball with your creditors. Now feels like it does feel like we've been at the 11th hour for the last 5 years, but now may finally be the. I know this is a kind of a broken record, but now may finally be that 11th hour, where maybe it is time to swallow your pride and start to accept some of these changes. And that pair is entirely going to be driven by that.
Okay, well that's it for the Admiral Markets Wall Street crossover show. Thanks to Craig Drake for standing in for Darren Sinden, and we'll be back with more at the same time tomorrow.